Bardock has been out of the meta for quite a long time, ever since the slew of nerfs that he received in about Season 2, gutting a lot of his pressure tools, his level 3 Okizeme, and of course being outshone by a lot of other characters' utility. So what has Bandai Namco done to try and maybe give Bardock, a fan-favorite character, a little bit more of love in the spotlight? Well, they did give him back a few tools that they've taken away from him before. We're going to set Zamasu here to reflect on block. And we're going to do Light Lariat into Vanish. As you can see, he wasn't able to reflect. That's because this jailed into Vanish. This is something he hasn't been able to do since, I almost want to say, Season 1. If we look at the previous version of the game, which I now have on screen for us here, I'm going to have Zamasu do the exact same thing. Assuming it doesn't get hit. As you can see, we get reflected off. So this is nice. Bardock has a way to spend a bar and maintain his turn. That's a nice change for him, honestly. What else could they have done? Well, his 5L has a bit more movement distance to it. It goes farther, so this is able to kind of maybe keep his offense a little bit better, help him with a few confirms. And then they've done a lot of tweakings to his medium and EX Larius, the Rebellion Spear. None of it on block. You still can't get a real mix-up off of this move, because you have the landing recovery when you go low. You got about 7 frames of it. But they've changed all kinds of properties on hit because they seem to think that the thing that Bardock is missing isn't like just good built-in mix-up, it's the man's combo game, right? They keep giving him new combo things like that to work with. They adjusted the blowback on hit when when it's not a smash launcher. So you can actually use this in a new way to do some new stuff in the corner like that. When the ground version is not produced, increase untechable time when it's not produced. I don't know what that means. Oh, well, that's just increased hit stop, right? They adjusted the blowback on hit in the midair version. As you can see, Zamasu like basically just goes into the ground and we get a very simple pickup. Compare that to the previous patch. Got the rail. And he would fly all the way away from us now, right? So this does make it a little bit of a better fake cross-up tool. And I think they also did another thing to help improve that function of the move as well. We're going to set Zamasu to block here. And I'm going to make sure he doesn't reflect either because I just want to look at the frame data. No, it looks about the same to me. Safe on block. They said they changed hit stop when guarding in the air version. So I'm not sure what that means. I guess it's just it takes less time for it to feel. It's less paused, right? Because hit stop usually refers to the actual screen pause. But so that's a nice little tool. Maybe it gives him a bit more of a left-right mix-up threat, but he's got to have it in the first place, right? If Zamasu crouches here. This is a very slow cross-up. Trying to hit someone with. So it's there, but the fact that a whole normal whiffs before it doesn't really make it too good. Some other changes have happened to his EX Rebellion Spear as well. They adjusted the blowback on hit when the ground version is not animated, and they increased the untechable time when it's not when the ground version is not produced. But as you can see, like, you don't really get anything off of this one. One of my biggest complaints with Bardock is that his EX moves are so severely outdated. Many other characters get a full combo, a wall bounce off of their EX move. Bardock still doesn't. Bardock is still stuck playing like this year 1 version of the game, and no matter what I try to do, it just doesn't really like work. It doesn't come together. You kind of have to use a resource or a particular assist to really make those work. There's a lot of compromises you have to make Bardock have the same privileges that so many other characters have. I'll throw a comparison to Gogeta 4 when I need to, you know, so. Additionally, Riot Javelin is super. You only get the input to change direction when you do a direct down. Well, not direct down, but like a diagonal up or diagonal down inputs with those. And then Spirit of the Saiyan, they said they reduced the stiffness of the ground version, which I'm trying to figure out, like, what that means. Negative 14 on block. I think it's negative 14 on block in the old version as well. I can't read it. Yeah, -14. I don't know what that means when they say reduce the stiffness of the ground version. I've checked the Oki. It's exactly the same as it's been for some odd years now. So ultimately, it sort of is kind of disappointing in a patch where a lot of characters are getting a lot of crazy things and tools back. Bardock gets one nice little thing, but really, he needs still so much more, in my opinion. I think he kind of maintains be staying and suffering for the sins of that first year.